Next is historical factors. Historical factors also contribute to the development of industries over 10 years. Our colonial past has influenced the development of many industrial regions along the development of trunk routes. Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, and Delhi are industrial nodes due to our colonial past. Manufacturing centers experienced rapid growth due to competition from British goods. British promoted few industries in selected areas. Next is industrial policy. For balanced regional development and economic growth provides a lot of incentives to industries locating in backward areas of the country. Apart from their loans in human provides by banks, industrial interior, peace stability of a region also influence industrial location. Next topic is major industries. Industries manufacture goods that are either consumed as they are or produce raw materials for other industries. The industries that produce raw material for the other industries are called primary industries. The industries that manufacture finished products are called manufacturing industries or secondary industries. Some of the major important industries are the iron and steel industry, cotton textile industry, sugar industry, petrochemical industry, and the IT industry. The cotton textile industry and the sugar industry are our traditional industries based on local raw materials which proposed even in the British period. The more recent petrochemical industry and the IT industry are grouped under modern industries. Let us discuss some industries in detail. The iron and steel industry. The iron and steel industry is taken as a base for industrial development of a country because it provides tools and machinery to all other industries. In India, there is a crescent-shaped region consisting of some parts of Chhattisgarh, northern Odisha, Jharkhand, and western West Bengal, which is extremely rich in high-grade iron ore, good quality coking coal, and other supplementing raw materials. Most of iron and steel plants are located here. The Indian iron and steel industry consists of large integrated steel plants as well as mini steel plants. The iron and steel industry. The iron and steel industry is taken as a base for industrial development of a country because it provides tools and machinery to all other industries. In India, there is a crescent-shaped region consisting of some parts of Chhattisgarh, northern Odisha, Jharkhand, and western West Bengal, which is extremely rich in high-grade iron ore, good quality coking coal, and other supplementing raw materials. Most of iron and steel plants are located here. The Indian iron and steel industry consists of large integrated steel plants as well as mini steel mills. It also includes secondary producers, rolling mills, and ancillary industries. There are important integrated steel plants of India include first is Tata Iron and Steel Corporation Limited means TISCO. Second, Indian Iron and Steel Corporation means ISCO. Visvesvaraya Iron and Steel Works, Rourkela Steel Plant, Bhilai Steel Plant, Durgapur Steel Plant, Bokaro Steel Plant, and some other steel plants. Now let's move Tata Iron and Steel Plant. It means Tata Iron and Steel Corporation Limited. The Tata Iron and Steel Plant lies very close to the Mumbai-Kolkata railway line and about 240 km away from Kolkata, which is the nearest port for the export to steel. The rivers Subran and Karkari provide water to the plant. The iron ore for the plant is obtained from Noamundi and Badam Pahar, and coal is brought from Jodha mines in Odisha. Cooking coal comes from Jharia and West Bokaro coal fields. Second steel plant is the Indian Iron and Steel Company. The Indian Iron and Steel Company set up its first factory at Hirapur and later on another at Kulti. In 1937, the Steel Corporation of Bengal was constituted in association with ISCO and set up another iron and steel producing unit at Baranpur in West Bengal. All the three plants under ISCO are located very close to the Modar Valley coal fields. It means Raniganj, Jharia and Ramgarh. Iron ore comes from Singhbhum in Jharkhand. Water is obtained from the Brekar river, a tributary of the Damodar. All the plants are located along the Kolkata-Asansol railway line. Unfortunately, steel production from ISCO fell considerably in 1972-1973 and the plants were taken over by the government. Next is Visvesvaraya Iron and Steel Works. The third integrated steel plant, the Visvesvaraya Iron and Steel Works, initially called the Mysore Iron and Steel Works, is located close to an iron ore producing area of Kimanundri, Baba Budan Hill in the Baba Budan Hills. Limestone and manganese are also locally available, but this region has no coal. At the beginning, charcoal obtained by burning wood from nearby forests was used as fuel till 1951. Afterwards, electric furnaces were installed which use hydroelectricity from the Jog Falls. Hydel Power Project. The Bhadravati river supplies water to the plant. This plant produces specialized steels and alloys. After independence, during the second five-year plan, 3 new integrated steel plants were set up with foreign collaboration. Rourkela in Odisha, Bhilai in Chhattisgarh and Durgapur in West Bengal. These were public sector plants under Hindustan Steel Limited. In 1973, the Steel Authority of India Limited was created to manage these plants. Next is Rourkela Steel Plant. The Rourkela Steel Plant was set up in 1959 in the Sundargarh district of Odisha in collaboration with Germany. The plant was located on the basis of proximity to raw materials, thus minimizing the cost of transporting weight, losing raw material. This plant has a unique locational advantage as it receives coal from Jharia, means Jharkhand, and iron ore from Sundargarh and Kendujhar. The Hirakund project supplies power for the electric furnaces and water is obtained from the Koel and Shankri. Next is Bhilai Steel Plant. The Bhilai Steel Plant was established with Russian collaboration in Durg district of Chhattisgarh and started production in 1959. The iron ore comes from Dhali Rajhara mine, coal comes from Korba and Kargali coal fields, the water comes from the Tendula dam and the power from the Korba thermal power station. This plant also lies on the Kolkata-Mumbai railway route. The bulk of the steel produced goes to the Hindustan shipyard at Visakhapatnam. Next is Durgapur Steel Plant. Durgapur Steel Plant in West Bengal was set up in collaboration with the government of the United Kingdom and started production in 1962. This plant lies in Raniganj and Jharia coal belt and gets iron ore from Nowamundi. Durgapur lies on the main Kolkata-Delhi railway route. Hydel power and water is obtained from the Damodar Valley Corporation. It means DVC. Next is Bokaro Steel Plant. This steel plant was set up in 1964 at Bokaro with Russian collaboration. This plant was set up on the principle of transportation cost minimization by creating Bokaro-Rourkela combine. It receives iron ore from Rourkela region and the wagons on return take coal to Rourkela. Other raw materials come to Bokaro from within a radius of about 350 km. Water and hydel power is supplied by the Damodar Valley Corporation. Other steel plants. New steel plants which were set up in the fourth plan period are away from the main raw material sources. All the three plants are located in South India. The Vizag steel plant in Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh is the first port-based plant which started operating in 1992. Its port location is of advantage. The Vijayanagar steel plant at Hosipat in Karnataka was developed using indigenous technology. This uses local iron ore and limestone. The Salem steel plant in Tamil Nadu was commissioned in 1982. Apart from these major steel plants, there are more than 206 units located in different parts of the country. Most of these use scrap iron as their main raw material and process it in electric furnaces. Now the next is cotton textile industry. It is traditional industry. India was famous for production of muslin, calicos and chintz. Reasons for development of cotton industry. First is India is a tropical country. Cotton is comfortable in hot and humid climate. Cotton is grown in large quantities and labor is available in large number. First cotton mill set up in 1854 in Mumbai as it was close to cotton producing area of Gujarat and Maharashtra. Mumbai was a financial center and capital was present along with cheap and abundant labor. It faced recession after partition. After independence flourished. It can be classified as organized and decentralized sector. Production of organized sector fell drastically.